Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Another special unboxing today. I've mentioned this in my other videos. You know, there's a lot of these accessories coming out from the Paris Egypt collection by Chanel. Well, they're not coming out en masse, but I'm hunting them down. This is one of them as well. This is a very special one. You know, by now, as I'm filming this video, the Chanel pre-fall winter collection is already out in the boutiques, which means Paris Egypt has been killed off. Basically, it's already not priority. So not even 2 months have passed since its release as of the date that I'm filming, and already it's over. That's how quick fashion is nowadays. It's a pity because there's so much to research and so much to discover from this collection, in particular this piece, which I have not seen online anywhere on the Chanel website. It is a piece that I have discovered only once in the Chanel boutiques on their iPads. Believe it or not. So the Chanel boutiques have their iPads where you could see more of the selection of each collection than you can see on the Chanel website online. So I discovered this piece on their iPads, and then the hunt began. And basically, within my continent at the moment, there were only 4 boutiques that had it. Again, as I was saying before, for Metiers, you know, the collections are just, I don't know why these pieces are so limited, if they produce just only a few of them, or because not many were ordered by these boutiques. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's focus all the attention on the unboxing. But anyway, it took about 1 month to figure out how to get this piece. And just to show you a little bit, these are like the little papers that you get in the boutiques, where you could like write in. Would have to cover it up because there's a lot of personal information there as well. Actually, I have to show this to you later. First, you have to see what this is before you can see all the codes and numbers. So anyway, you look for these pieces, then you write them down on this little piece of paper, and then you could start hunting them down. Of course, your sales associate also can write to other boutiques and ask if they have them. If the boutique of your choice doesn't have this particular piece, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. It's always a hunt. It's always difficult with Chanel. But this piece is the queen or the king of the entire accessories collection. And I don't even know why they didn't even put it on their main website. I think it was to also hide it a little bit, just like secrets were hidden in the pyramids. The best piece of the collection. Here you go. This thing is magical. It is the pharaoh head. It's the faceless. Now be very careful here. It's a faceless pharaoh head brooch. This one is made in France. If this camera had a macro zoom, you would be able to see on this little tiny, almost microscopically bacteria size stamp, you would be able to see that it's made in France. It has an enormous, like cabochon like drop of, I don't know if this is resin or glass. Could be resin, could be glass, but it's really huge and it's blue and it sparkles on the inside. Then you have the kind of the mummy slash pharaoh top head, gold plated, and then it has these silver inserts of glitter. Let me take everything away because I think it's easier to focus if we don't have anything in the background. And here as well. Way you go, little bag. There you go. Now focus for me. Ah, there you go. So we have the double C there, the Chanel there. It didn't really need this Chanel here. This could have just stayed gold without the logo. That thing was enough. But anyway, when I saw this and I thought to myself, wait a minute, can I zoom in the picture? Are there like are there profile shots of this? Of course there weren't. On the Chanel app, you only have a frontal view like this. I was, you know, just stunned, and I was like, wait a minute. So, wow. Coco Chanel was so esoteric herself, and she believed in this sort of mysticism, and like the fact that the design team went for a faceless pharaoh, and there's like this kind of universe or ocean or space, the blue rose case and the blue faceless face of a tulpa in many ways. It just reminded me very much of Twin Peaks. This is quintessentially Coco. This is something Coco Chanel would have done and would have loved, because the abstraction of it, but the mystery in it at the same time are just, to me, it's hypnotic. So when I saw this brooch, the hunt started, over a month of hunting, and finally managed to hunt it down. Now let's get quickly back to this little note. So here, let me just cover up, you know, I don't like to give away certain details, but anyway, this is how it works. So basically, Rue CAMBON was the culprit. Rue CAMBON is the boutique that actually had it in stock. This is the code, AB1958. The material is Y02018. The color, I just wrote gold blue, but I don't know, the code of the color is important. Z9189. And then the description is Pharaoh Brooch, faceless. That's what I wrote. So these are kind of little papers that Chanel associates, this is the back of it, this is the front, can give you when you're hunting for something or looking for something or indecisive about whether or not you want to purchase something. For those of you who have watched my other Chanel Paris Egypt unboxings, and for those of you in particular who have, you know, stuck through to the end of every video, you have probably seen, you know, surprises or snippets that kind of like post-credit scenes. And this is all adding up to something. What it is going to be, we don't know yet, but let's just say that keep tuning in and keep waiting and watching, because a lot of new things are coming to the fashion bunker. I can't say more than that at the moment, but just like in any good old pyramid, there are secret passages everywhere, and you might just find your way to chambers that have not been opened yet. Was that too cryptic? Maybe. But then again, in this scenario, in this kind of Egyptian scenario of mystique and mystery, it's just the perfect thing to do. I think it goes hand in hand with the whole concept of what is in reality going on with Chanel, you know, with Karl Lagerfeld's idea of his farewell Metiers collection before he passed away being about Egypt and about eternal life and about life after death and about traveling from one part to another, one part being your life that is now past, and the other part being either a new life or life in death, or, well, death after life. You know, some people even say, or some people even consider that life is actually death, and that after we pass away is when we are born anew. Now, and this not necessarily connected to the concept of paradise and hell. No, not at all. More like an existence on another plane of reality. And that other plane of reality has to do with being conscious, an awakening, an interior awakening, opening up to a world that was always within us, but after the physical death, we are capable of unleashing that world that was always within us, and that world opens up, and we finally enter it and live it to the fullest. Now, the real question to me is, well, I have many questions, but the really big question is, so once we die this physical life, once the physical life is over for us, and let's say this other journey really exists and the world within opens up, then my question is there an end to that world as well? Is there a death within that reality as well? And if so, what is the step after that? What would be the awakening after that? And how many of them are there? Is it finite or infinite? And all of those thoughts are kind of very much represented in the very simple image of this brooch. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you have, please do thumb it up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Super Dacob, all spelled together. I'm also on Patreon. And thank you so much to all my patrons who have already pledged. On Patreon, I'm also Super Dacob, all spelled together. Many videos hit Patreon before they hit YouTube, and some are exclusive to Patreon, as well as images. And as always, within this mystery of existence and non-existence, never give up on love. See you soon. Take care. Bye.